Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we are making empanadas. Now I actually got this recipe from Tasty. They're a website that specializes in making different recipes. And so let's get started. So as you saw, you start off with some flour, get some vegetables, cut them up, dice them up really nicely, get an onion, and oh wow, look at that, magic trick. Go ahead, throw some butter in there, vinegar, make sure you put a little bit in there. Now, when you start mixing, you want to make sure you mix everything well, get all the ingredients in the mixture. However, you do not want to overly mix, so you definitely want to be careful with that. All right, and then I went ahead and started mixing it with my hands. Want to make sure that you get everything in there, and then you transfer it over to another surface, sprinkle some flour on there, and then you're going to cover it up and let it rest. Now, after you let it rest, you want to get a rolling pin or a wine bottle in my case, roll out the dough, make sure it's nice and flat, and then you want to make sure you add some flour onto the surface. That way everything is easier to mix and spread out. And yeah, you just want to make sure you spread it out really nicely, really nice and thin, and you kind of want to make it look something around like this. And then here are the spices we're going to use. All right, and then you're going to throw on your skillet, put some onions in there, mix it all up, make sure they're translucent before you add anything else. But then you go ahead and add the rest of the vegetables, stir it all up. And then after that, you want to make sure you put in your ground beef, add in the spices, let everything cook through, okay? And just constantly stir. And after that, you want to go ahead and circle out some of your dough. Now these are where your empanadas are going to be from, so you want to make sure they're nice and even. And then I went ahead here and stuffed in with the meat. All right, make sure it's nicely packed. And here's a different angle for you to see. And you definitely want to make sure everything goes in there. You don't want to overpack it as well. As you can see, this one kind of ripped, but and then afterwards you want to transfer it onto another tray, get some butter, brush them lightly, and then you want to put them in the oven for around 40 minutes, I believe, and then you transfer them outside and then cut them up, and wow, would you look at that, a beautiful empanada, delicious. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.